Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're diving into a really fascinating and honestly pretty intense clash that's happening right now in the labor market. On one side, you've got these hyper-efficient job seekers armed with the absolute latest AI tools. And on the other side, overwhelmed recruiters who are just trying to sift through absolute mountains of applications. It's basically an automated arms race, and it is completely reshaping how we find work and how companies hire.
I mean, listen to this promise for a second. Here's how you can apply to 500 jobs in one day without doing any effort. That's a direct quote from a YouTube creator who's detailing a fully automated job application system. It's a pretty intoxicating idea, right? For anyone who's ever spent hours or days tweaking resumes and writing those perfectly crafted cover letters, the concept of just clicking a button and letting an AI handle 500 applications while you literally sit back, that's incredibly appealing.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the price tag, 20 cents. That is the shockingly low cost this creator paid to scrape and process 160 highly tailored job results right from LinkedIn. We're not talking about some massive, expensive enterprise software here. For literally pennies, applicants are gathering hundreds of targeted job leads, complete with recruiter profiles and fully tailored outreach strategies.
All right, Section 1, how the automation works, the mechanics under the hood.
Let's actually break down how applicants are achieving these crazy numbers and look at the exact tools they're pulling off the shelf to build these application engines. Here's the YouTuber's step-by-step workflow. First, they use a data extraction tool called Appify to scrape LinkedIn for job postings based on their exact criteria. Second, they feed those results into Claude, an AI assistant, to score how well they fit the role. Third, Claude automatically tailors their resume and cover letter for each specific job. And finally, step 4, the manual send. The AI is doing 99% of the heavy lifting here, taking what used to be a days-long research and writing process and turning it into a 15-minute task.
And it's wild how smart this process has become. Claude is essentially acting as a personal recruiter. It doesn't just hand you a massive list of random jobs, it qualifies them, generating a candidate fit score out of 10. So you immediately know, okay, creative director is a 9 out of 10 match, and you can focus your energy exactly where you actually have the highest probability of success.
Now you're probably wondering, if it's so smart, why not automate that very last step? Well, the creator gives a really crucial warning. You cannot use Claude to automate this process entirely. LinkedIn will literally block you. If you try to build a bot to just click apply and spam messages automatically, platforms like LinkedIn will spot that unnatural behavior almost instantly and ban your account. So that final send must be manual to avoid triggering their automated bot detection. Right now, it's basically the one human bottleneck left in this specific system.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because of course, the internet loves a challenge. Over on Reddit, developers have already found ways to bypass that manual step entirely. One user built something called an MCP server that connects Claude code directly to 6 different applicant tracking systems, or ATS platforms. So the workflow changes completely. It scrapes the actual application forms, autofills them using your stored profile, and then submits them directly to the company's system. No clicking through job boards required at all.
Now, the creator of this tool did build in an approval queue, allowing the user to review every answer before anything gets submitted, because, nobody wants a bot sending out total garbage under their real name. But they also included what they call YOLO mode. YOLO mode is an optional setting that just blindly submits job applications without any human review whatsoever. It is the ultimate hands-off approach, basically prioritizing reckless speed and pure volume over the safety of a manual check.
Moving into Section 2, the recruiter reality check, pushback from the hiring managers.
So while applicants are out here celebrating their newfound superpowers, the people on the receiving end of this fire hose, the recruiters and hiring managers, are dealing with an absolute nightmare. We're seeing this really profound ideological debate playing out online. On one side, you have the applicant's logic. If they automate rejecting us, I'm not spending 30 minutes applying. They feel the system has been broken for years by automated resume scanners, so they're just leveling the playing field. But on the flip side, the recruiter's plight is, AI-generated applications are an instant rejection from me. Both sides feel entirely justified, yet they're locked in this cycle that is just actively frustrating everyone involved.
So the crucial point is just how overwhelming this volume has become for businesses. According to one recruiter from our sources, up to 90% of their inbox is immediately recognizable as AI spam. Job posts are getting flooded within hours with hundreds of applications that were clearly filled out and submitted by bots. It's completely burying the actual human candidates under a mountain of artificially generated noise. And how exactly do hiring managers know it's AI? Well, they're spotting what's being called AI slop from a mile away. The The biggest giveaways? Applicants suddenly claiming direct expertise in literally every single piece of a company's tech stack, or mentioning nonsensical software integrations just because a job spec happened to ask for them. They'll have zero examples of real-world impact, and they use that super generic LLM-washed phrasing. It reads exactly like a robot trying to flatter an algorithm rather than a real human explaining their actual value.
Which brings us to Section 3, the automated arms race, countermeasures, and complications.
Companies are absolutely not just sitting back and accepting this flood of AI slop. They're actively deploying escalating tactics to fight back against the bot applicants. And one of my absolute favorite countermeasures is what we can call the banana trap. Hiring managers are burying instructions deep inside the job posting, like, please add the word banana to your application. It's hilarious, but it's a highly effective hidden prompt. If an AI agent is scraping the form and blindly autofilling it, it almost always misses these quirky human instructions. So when the recruiter reviews the submissions, any application missing the word banana is just automatically thrown out as an unreviewed AI submission.
And it gets even more technical with prompt injection URLs. Some recruiters are hiding a link in the job description that tells applicants to complete a challenge. But when the AI agent follows that link, it encounters a hidden command that actively instructs the AI to output bogus, nonsensical text directly onto the applicant's resume. It's wild. They are actively weaponizing the AI's own instructions against it to catch and blacklist automated applicants.
But, the applicants have their own genuine grievances driving this behavior too. Consider this number, 75%. That is the staggering percentage of ghost jobs, or basically fake inactive postings, that one Reddit user claims completely pollute the job boards. Companies will leave postings up for months with absolutely no intention to hire, sometimes just to make it look like they are growing. So applicants argue they literally need these scraping tools and AI agents just to filter out the noise and find the actual real opportunities.
And this brilliantly illustrates a core economic concept brought up by a concerned Redditor, the tragedy of the commons. This is a situation where individuals acting in their own self-interest deplete a shared resource, ultimately ruining it for everyone. The applicant feels their personal use of an AI bot is totally justified because it saves them time. But when everyone starts doing it, the hiring system gets flooded, trust completely evaporates, and the job application process effectively breaks down for everyone, both the job seeker and the employer.
So when the technical skills and the application process itself are entirely automated, what is actually left to differentiate us? One hiring manager provided this really powerful quote. In a world where AI is accomplishing more and more, human traits become more important. Humility, empathy, kindness, curiosity, humor. Basically, when an application comes across as robotic, the applicant's perceived value drops. The ultimate competitive advantage might not be having the fastest AI, but actually proving you possess genuine human traits.
Which brings us to a final thought I want to leave you with. In a world of automated applying and automated rejecting, where does the human actually fit in? Are we headed towards a future where bots just talk to bots until someone is finally hired? Or will we end up reverting back to in-person networking just to prove we're real? It is definitely something to deeply consider as we navigate this wild new era of the labor market. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning how these tools are shaping our world.